martial law in Ukraine and its influence on the metal market. The ships of the SCM group passed through the Kerch Strait without any problems. This and other metal market news in the weekly review of MetalNews. The program is created with the technical support of the Techenergoprom group. The blocked ports of Mariupol and Berdiansk and the failure of sanctions against Russia. These are the intermediate results of the Kerch history, which went from capturing Ukrainian ships in the Crimea to the introduction of martial law in Ukraine. The Ukrainian ports on the Sea of Azov, Berdiansk and Mariupol are under blockade by the Russian Federation. This was announced on November 28 by Infrastructure Minister Vladimir Omelyan. As of this evening, on November 28, 2018, the Ukrainian ports on the Sea of Azov, Berdiansk and Mariupol are effectively under blockade by the Russian Federation. Vessels are being barred from leaving and entering. Volodymyr Omelyan, the Minister of Infrastructure, wrote on his Facebook page. Currently, 18 vessels are waiting entry into the Sea of Azov, 4 to Berdiansk and 14 to Mariupol. There is also a line to leave the Sea of Azov and to enter the Black Sea. 3 vessels are currently unable to leave the port of Berdiansk and 6 are unable to leave the port of Mariupol. 8 other vessels are standing by near the port berths. 35 vessels have been prevented from carrying out normal operations. Only vessels moving towards Russian ports on the Sea of Azov are permitted entry. In essence, Russia has blocked Ukrainian ports on the Sea of Azov, Volodymyr Omelyan said. The tracking service of marine traffic shows that there are really no ships at Mariupol and Berdiansk, but a large flow of vessels is heading towards the Russian Taganrog. Special attention is attracted by the huge ship traffic jam at the entrance to the strait and at the port of Novorossiysk. It is possible that there are those ships that are waiting for passage to Ukraine. Thus, after the incident in the Kerch Strait, the movement of ships going to Ukrainian ports completely stopped through it. This was the culmination of problems that existed with Ukrainian shipping before. After the construction of the Crimean bridge of the Russian Federation, the entrance to Azov was finally blocked. Difficulties began when Kiev began to massively detain ships leaving the ports of the Crimea. In response, the Russian authorities began to detain the ships going to Ukraine via Kerch. One ship's idle hour is about $5,000. The Ukrainian authorities have calculated about $500 million in losses. At the same time, at the beginning of autumn, the Berdiansk port showed a drop in freight turnover by 22% and Mariupol port by 11%. Now, after a complete blockade, these numbers will suddenly be many times higher. All these losses are a serious blow to the metallurgical business of Rinat Akhmetov, for whom Mariupol is the main transshipment port. The city has the largest metallurgical plants in Ukraine controlled by SCM. SCM has answered the following about the situation in the ports. In the event of a problem in the Strait of logistics flows are redirected to the Black Sea ports that have sufficient capacity for handling product group. Metinvest continues to fulfill its obligations to its customers. All efforts are directed to ensuring the smooth operation of our businesses. Indeed, part of the cargo traffic can be transferred by rail to the Black Sea ports. However, there are serious problems. From the unpreparedness of those ports to take so much cargo to the transport collapse due to the lack of rolling stock of Ukrzaliznytsia. All these problems can be solved. Additional costs reduce the competitiveness of Ukrainian products, and in any case, reduce the earnings of exporters, since the transportation by rail to the ports of the Black Sea will dramatically increase the cost of production of Mariupol and Zaporizhzhia metallurgists. At the same time, on November 26 and 27, 2 vessels transporting SCM cargo to the European Union countries nevertheless passed through the Kerch Strait. You have watched the weekly review of MetalNews. Your subscription to the channel and clicking on the bell will allow you to be aware of the main events of the total metal market every week.